Hello everyone, Flora here. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I installed this beautiful jumbo knotless braids on my daughter's 4C hair. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're starting off with her hair duly reverted from the silk press that we did. If you watched the last video that I put up, then you know what I'm talking about. It also took only one day for that silk press to revert, which I guess is not bad. It's not a bad thing because at least then you know there was no heat damage, right? And here I'm also showing you the extensions that I'll be using, that I used, Easy Braid and Lil Looks Expression Hair. They are both very similar, the reason why I combined them. And I'll also be using my shea butter here and Shine and Jam. Those are my go-to products when I'm installing a protective style. And here I'm also showing you the brushes, the rat tail comb, and my big comb that I use to prep the hair. And so the hair was still pretty stretched from the silk press. I tried not to wet it too much during the week that we're wearing it to school. I would just lightly spritz it with aloe juice like I'm doing now. And then just make it into a puff the whole time they wore it to school. They wore it to school for a whole week, and now we're braiding it, and I'm still going the same way, not wetting it completely, just spritzing the aloe juice slightly, and then applying some shea butter. And this is just to help me comb the hair more easily without causing her any pain. Okay, all right. So I still want the hair to be really stretched so that when I'm parting, it's not going to be too difficult. When combing the hair, I try to really grip it at the base so that when I'm combing the ends, she doesn't feel any pain. This is very important, guys. I'm also going to part the hair into like 3 sections to make it easier to comb, and I'm going to use my clips to hold the hair, the different pieces in place. And I'm also just showing you my jojoba oil that I'm going to use to oil their scalp. That's kind of my go-to oil for oiling their scalp when I do oil the scalp, you know. And so I'm just combing here gently. And once I'm done combing, then I'm going to show you how I part the hair. So this is going to be jumbo knotless braids, like I said. And you know, I want to really show you how I part the hair, like very detailedly how I do the part, so that you will, if you want to replicate this style, then you will know exactly how to part the hair for braiding. The first row is going to be from ear to ear, and on this row we're going to do 3 braids. So since it's jumbo braids, it's just going to be a total of maybe 4 rows in total. And this first row from ear to ear is going to have 3 braids, and then the next one will have about 6 braids, and then the next one will have about 7, and then we have the middle section. That's it. Okay. The next row is going to be kind of from temple to temple, right? So from that place, I believe that's called the temple, all the way across to the other temple. And just try to make it as straight as you possibly can. If you watch my videos, you already know I'm not the best when it comes to parting, but I'm trying my best. You try to make it as neat as you can. I mean, the goal is always perfection, but you know, we're always going to fall short somehow. All right, so bear with me. So I'm just holding these ones together with a clip. I'm not gonna part them into the boxes yet. I'm gonna do the boxes once I finish the braids at the bottom. Okay, and then once I have this second row out of the way, the next thing is to do the third row. But in order to do that third row, I just do my middle part, where I'm gonna have a line in the middle, and I'm gonna have, you know, 3 braids on either side, and I'm just putting that one away, and then the rest of the hair that's left is gonna be our third row. So I do it this way to just make it easier for myself, because you know, when I'm putting that top section away. It's a smaller piece of hair to part, so it just makes it easier. And I'm just gonna hold all of the, the sections that I've parted. I already know what my sections are gonna look like. I know approximately how many braids I'm gonna do, and once I have that in decided, then I start braiding. I hope that was clear enough. All right, for the extension, since it's jumbo braids, I'm gonna add hair 3 times. The first 2 pieces of hair that I add are gonna be roughly the same size. They're gonna be a little bit bigger, and then the third piece is going to be much smaller, and I'm just using that one to kind of finish the braid at the end and make it a little bit longer. All right. Alright, so you'll notice that my left hand is the more dominant hand, and that's because I'm a lefty. So if you're having trouble following what I'm doing, I'm so sorry. I also had trouble when I was trying to learn to braid from like right-handed people, because it just wasn't it was a little bit hard for me to follow. I mean, I did end up learning from right-handed people, but I'm just saying I understand that when you're looking at it and you're right-handed, it might look a little bit tricky because it's like the hands are moving in different directions. I should do tutorials for lefties, All right, but I'm gonna try and do it more slowly and actually explain what I'm doing with the next braid, okay? I also use these small hair ties just to make it look a little bit prettier. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the link in the description box for these hair ties. I bought them on Amazon and they're quite handy in just making kitty hairstyle pop, and they are actually very durable. So this is the second row, and I'm just showing you how I did the parts in layers. So when you're doing a part, you make sure that it's falling in between two parts at the bottom. That way you're kind of layering them like bricks, and it makes the hair appear fuller. And this is very important, especially when you're doing jumbo braids, because they're fewer and you don't want the hair to appear like it's not full. I actually figure maybe I shouldn't even speak. I should probably just let you watch it, because sometimes when I'm explaining, I might end up just confusing you. So maybe just watch what my fingers are doing and then see if you can follow. Yeah, one more time. So like I explained, the first row at the bottom has 3 braids, the second one 6, this one has 7, and the one at the top will have 6 braids as well. So, 3 on each side. When doing this third braid at the top, you want to make sure that you're braiding towards the back to give it the shape rather than braiding it like from the side, because the position that your hand takes, like the position in which you braid, that's kind of the way the braid is gonna lay down. If you braid going towards the side, the braid will lay to the side. If you braid going to the back, the braid will lay to the back, and we want these ones at the back to lay to the back. I hope that makes sense. Now you see the difference with the 2 braids at the top, that I'm braiding them to the side because I want them to fall to the side. I want her to have like a middle part, It all depends on how you want the braids to lay. Okay, so after braiding, I decided to oil the scalp with this jojoba oil. I don't always oil the scalp after installing a style, but I kind of just look at the scalp. If it looks dry to me, then I might oil it. And in this case, it did look dry because I remember that we did not oil the scalp after the silk press, and that's why I did it. I'm just using that topper there to drop the oil into the part, and then I just use my fingers to lightly massage it in. I was trying hard not to, disturb my beautiful work. And then I'm going to use a dryer to sort of make the hair appear less stiff. You can see that it looks a little bit stiff, and also to make some of the pieces lay down. I was trying to use the scissors to cut those flyaways that kind of stick out while you're braiding, but man, it was so much work and I was so tired. I felt like if I kept doing it, I would end up cutting the braid. So I just decided to use the hair dryer to kind of soften the hair and make those flyaways kind of lay down if possible, and it worked actually. So if ever you're not able to kind of dip your ends in water, you can use a hair dryer to soften your braids, make them to be more flexible. And then I just applied some mousse to the ends here, and we also ended up putting in beads, which was not in the plan, but the girls insisted, so I had to comply. And it did look pretty, so there was that. So to let me know if you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and share the video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.